And this is the top 10 most common VA disability claims. Knowledge of the VA claims process. So tinnitus. Tinnitus can only have one rating. It's a buzzing in the ears. It's a ringing. Only you can hear it. You can't do a test for it. Subjective tinnitus is the most common, and there's one rating for it, and it's at 10%. Hearing loss is number 2. The audiogram is the only way that you're going to have a test for this. Go to your primary care physician if you have hearing problems and get a referral or a consult to an audiologist. That's who needs to conduct this. By the way, tinnitus and hearing loss are number 1 and 2. Hearing loss is most commonly rated at 0% because they're just going to give you hearing aids and say there is no disability. With VA disabilities, it needs to bother you and it's not fixable. So this is one that is fixable. So keep that in mind. Post-traumatic stress disorder comes in at number 3. It has a triggering effect. It's known as a stressor. There's always a stressor with a PTSD claim. Other mental health claims, you don't need to have a stressor. If you're filing for combat PTSD or non-combat PTSD, need to have a stressor. Your initial diagnosis needs to come from a VA doctor. So that's at the VHA, the Veterans Health Administration, your treating physician. They can give you a diagnosis. That's how I got mine. Or you'll get a diagnosis at your C&P exam for PTSD. Private medical evidence is helpful in a lot of cases, but in this case, the VA simply won't accept it. So you're wasting your time and your money getting a private doctor to diagnose you for PTSD. Report your symptoms and get them to do it for you. Scars comes in at number 4 on the list. One of the easiest way to document your scars is by taking pictures of them. You know, now we have like real cameras. Take a picture, upload it to your file with your claim. Make sure you understand the rating criteria for scars. Most of the time they're small, they're not rateable. I have one here that's tiny from neck surgery. I have one here that's bigger. Barely would come in on the measurable scale, but the other factor with scars is how painful they are. So this isn't painful. It just leaves a mark. So you may have bigger scars, different kinds of scars. Painful's a factor, and then the length of the scar. Limitation of flexion of the knee. Knee conditions. There's multiple ratings you could get for your knee, so make sure you read the rating criteria and you understand which problem or problems you have. So you file the right kind of claim, and you know, if you deserve multiple ratings on your knee, it'd be good to know that before you file your claim. And you know, knee issues and successful knee claims come down to limitation in the range of motion and painful motion. Best kind of medical evidence you can get to prove your knee claim, like with all musculoskeletal conditions, is an MRI. Number 6 is a lumbosacral or cervical strain. Back conditions, cervical, thoracic, lumbar spine. It's a torn muscle, tendon in your neck in the case of a cervical strain or a herniated disc. Lumbosacral, as you move down, could be bone spurs, could be herniated discs, something of that nature. Again, with musculoskeletal conditions, it comes down to limitation of range of motion, flexion, extension, rotation, and then how much pain you're in. Number 7 is paralysis of the sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve is the largest nerve in your body, runs all the way through the lower back, down your ass, through your leg, both legs. Extremely painful. I have this, and in my case, it's coming from a lumbar issue. And this, if you don't have a direct rating for sciatica, this is a good secondary claim. Again, go check out my video on radiculopathy and peripheral neuropathy so you understand the differences and you understand how to file a good, successful secondary claim for sciatica if that's the route you're going to go. Number 8 is limitation of range of motion of the ankle. Usually comes in at 0 or 10%. Again, musculoskeletal condition. MRI is good medical evidence. Probably going to end up with like 0, 10, or 20%, depending on, you know, what? Range of motion and how much pain you're in because of your ankle. Number 9 is migraines and all other kinds of headaches. Most common rating for migraines is 30%. good to know what kind of headaches you have. If you have migraines, then it's good to know that. If you have tension headaches, those are different, but they have the same rating. The ratings are 0, 10, 30, and 50. And last week, I did a pretty in-depth video about migraines, so I'll link that in the description as well. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like button and share this with other veterans. More we get this information out there, the better off we all do. Number 10 is degenerative arthritis of the spine. The most common one is osteoarthritis. Your joints just wear down. The discs wear down. And it causes swelling, pain, bone spurs, bone problems, possibly nerve problems as well. Make sure that you get an MRI with this and all musculoskeletal conditions. The exception is if you're dealing with peripheral neuropathy, you would want to get an EMG test, a nerve conduction study test for that. But I just wanted to run through these 10 most common VA disability claims so you know they're the most common, and they're the most common, and they're the most won. So that's good information to know too. Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website and in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence like a nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form. Boom, you're done.